Welcome to Studio G.
Ever wonder where all the dirt goes when Monster Jam leaves town? When we come back, we plan to find out.
Don't go anywhere. Studio G starts right now. Thank you for joining Studio G. I'm Arturo Sanchez.
And I'm Jennifer Meza. We have an exciting show today from the Bumpstock Band, Monster Jam, UNLV Police, and more.
This semester, UNLV has opened a new resource center for UNLV students. Carla Lopez sat down with Mariana Sarmiento to tell us more about it.
Actually a resource coordinator with the Office of Diversity Initiatives, so I focus on providing resources and guidance to students from immigrant backgrounds. That includes undocumented students, students with DACA, and also students who come from mixed status families where they might have siblings or parents or relatives who are undocumented. So if you look at the statistics alone, Nevada is actually right now, according to the Pew Research Center, Nevada has the highest share of undocumented people as a part of the population. So while states like California might have more undocumented people, Nevada actually has a larger share, which means that we are neighbors with undocumented people. We're colleagues with undocumented people right here in Nevada. And so I think it's really important to be able to offer those resources, especially as a campus that is the most diverse in the country. So as a first-generation student, I know it's really difficult to navigate the different resources on campus. For example, trying to connect with financial aid or trying to connect with an advisor or things like that, right? And you can imagine that as an undocumented student, it's much more difficult because you can't necessarily be open to everybody about your legal status because it's kind of a scary thing to do. And so it is important to be trained in how to work with undocumented students if they disclose their status to you and how to help them get those resources. So the top 3 things that I would say undocumented students need the most help with, and this is based on research, right, that has been documented in states like California, and even from my own observations here in Nevada, financial aid and financial assistance is definitely the biggest. As an undocumented student, you're not eligible for federal financial aid, which means that undocumented students aren't able to receive money through FAFSA, for example. And so that makes it a lot more difficult for them to pay for school, especially if they're not allowed to legally work through DACA, for example. The second is connection to referrals and resources that are non-academic, right? So sometimes we might get students that have a health issue. They might not necessarily know that they can go to the Student Health Center on campus for free. They might not know that they can access mental health services through CAPS also. And so I really serve as that point person to connect them and talk to them about those resources. And then lastly, a big part of retention in higher education and resilience for students is finding community and support, right? And so the lack of visibility around being undocumented makes it so that students feel alone in the fact that they're going to school or that they're here in Nevada. And so I really try to show them that they're not alone, right? There are people who understand what they're going through and that are trying their best to help them through that process.
If you would like to learn more about these resources, the office is located at FDH 561. This was Carla Lopez, reporting for Studio G.
For more information, you can call 702-895-5658.
Monster Jam is full of racing and freestyling. You won't be able to keep your eyes off of it.
Brianna Hernandez gives us the scoop on how much preparing goes into making this event come alive.
That goes into getting the track ready for the Monster Jam competition. The crew spends hours in advance to get the dirt prepped and the course paint ready. What is shocking is even though the crew spends a lot of time getting the course ready for action, the drivers actually try new things on the spot. Camden Murphy tells us how the drivers prep for the show.
We have a Monster Jam University where we get to go train and audition and stuff like that for when you first come on board with Monster Jam. But honestly, after that, we try to do all of our new stuff into the show. We don't get a whole lot of practice other than when we went to Monster Jam University. So whenever we're trying something new, we generally are doing it right in the middle of the show.
Monster Jam University is where drivers come and try out to see if they have the skill to handle a 12-foot tall, 12-foot wide, 10 to 12,000 pounds monster truck that travels place to place such as Las Vegas. This is the first year the World Finals is not here in Las Vegas, but it will be in Orlando for their 20th anniversary.
When the World Finals is going on, it is absolutely madness. Like, you have media all around, you've got fans. I mean, we're signing autographs for 8 hours a day, and it just takes a toll on your body. I mean, it's such a mental game when you go to the World Finals, and I mean, to be able to showcase a great show here at Sam Boyd, I think it's going to be fun tonight.
The World Finals definitely adds a lot of pressure to the drivers, but with this sold-out showcase, drivers were able to relax a little here in Vegas and just give the fans a great show. The Las Vegas locals sold out this event 2 weeks in advance. Have you ever wondered where all the dirt they drive on come from? Well, it actually comes from Nevada, and they store it, and it will not come out until May for the Supercross.
The dirt will come back out to the Sam Boyd Stadium for the Monster Energy Supercross on May 4th.
You may have noticed some changes on the first floor of the UNLV Gateway Garage. Meredith Hall takes a closer look at the new University Police Services building.
Students may not have noticed the change, but over spring break, the UNLV Police Department moved into their new home in the Gateway Garage on Maryland Parkway. The move comes with UNLV Police Department consolidating with the CSN Police Department to make one big force that needed extra space. Acting Lieutenant Paul Velez explains.
We needed an upgrade. We are expanding as a department. In the next couple of months, we'll be consolidating, and in the next couple of years, we're just going to be building a bigger and bigger department. So we needed more room.
The new building comes with technology upgrades that will ultimately make campus safer, including increased computer power, which will help operate and monitor the camera system better, an underground garage for the police vehicles, and more.
We are right across from the campus still. We were in the old building also, so it still gives us easy access into the campus. Some of the benefits of the new building is just it's a bigger building, more square footage. We have technology upgrades now that will enable us to monitor the campus better, so it just will increase the communication ability within the department, so it'll just add to the enhancements that much.
The campus police are excited about the move and encourage students to come check out the new facility.
The building is open. We're an open department. We're your department. We're encouraging people, come by. Just come by and knock on the door, so to speak. And if you want to take a tour, we'll show you our brand new facility. We're very anxious to show it off.
Meredith Hall, Studio G.
Stay tuned. When we come back, Stuck in Eureka, Rap Fest, the latest weather report, and the interview with KUNV's Dave Norris.
The name of my show is 91.5 Jazz and More at Night. Our show is mainly about playing music that you're not going to find anywhere else in Vegas. On our show, we feature content that really incorporates a lot of discovery, so we showcase new musicians that might be undiscovered in the field of lo-fi, chill, hip-hop, jazz, and more. My name is Sam Mann, and my show is 91.5 Jazz and More at Night. You can listen to it on Monday through Friday from 10 p.m. until midnight on 91.5 FM, Las Vegas.
KUNV, I feel how I feel about it. It's great. I love it a lot. There's a lot amount of freedom. You can really do basically whatever you want.
Very nice facility, very clean. We have editing booths, studios for students to practice our craft and to learn more. And KUNV definitely gives us insight into what we'll be doing when we get our careers, once we graduate. They give us free will and free creativity.
I can gain experience to further my career in the radio broadcasting, board operating, to music directing, to even being on air, which is my main goal to do in life. So I can use all that knowledge to put towards my career in radio broadcasting.
You will learn so much here at KUNV, and we have a lot to offer.
It's always exciting to spotlight new UNLV executives and staff members. Arturo sat down recently with the new UNLV Human Resources Vice President and Chief Officer, Erica Smith, to talk about her upcoming plans with the university.
With the growing UNLV campus, comes constant change in leadership. UNLV recently named Erica Smith as the new Vice President and Chief of Human Resources. Smith sat down to not only explain her role and her plans for the university, but also gave us insight on the different processes the department is involved in.
Well, HR is really the foundation for everyone to really be successful in doing their job. So not only is it from a perspective of making sure you get paid, but it's addressing benefits, it's addressing policies, performance management, all of the things that make faculty and staff successful in order to provide students with the best education they can have. This is the first time that UNLV has actually had a vice president level in the Human Resources Department. And so that says a lot about the leadership here. It says that the leadership understands what HR is and what we do and how we contribute to the culture as a whole. And so my job here is really to kind of connect everyone, right? Connect and create purpose for HR and be at the table to understand the university's needs and then come back and help our team kind of go forth and make those plans work with the leadership of the university.
Relocating from Greensboro, North Carolina to Las Vegas, Smith has many upcoming plans for the university.
You know, I have a background in hospitality, in human resources, but still in hospitality. So service is a big thing for me. So I think to improve service to the campus and kind of change that mentality that people have of HR, that we don't return calls, we don't return emails, that type of thing. So service is a big part of what I plan to address. Processes, you know, are we doing things just because we have done it already, or can we really look at the systems and make it more lean and efficient for everybody, right? Because you got to work smarter, not harder. Right. And then I also want to look at diversity, and you know, I think diversity from a student perspective is the university does a great job at that. But more with faculty and staff, I want to make sure that the students are seeing themselves in the classroom, right? And in the offices, and it's reflective. And it's like that in certain pockets, but I want that to be more of a universal kind of perspective, and that's what people see. Another one of my goals is just to make UNLV a great college to work for. And so that incorporates everything in collaboration with all people and with all parts of the university. So whatever that takes to get us there, we'll do it.
Erica Smith and the Human Resources team are located in the Campus Services Building across the White Lot facing Thomas and Mack. For Studio G, I'm Arturo Sanchez.
It really is exciting to see all of the hard work she's putting in and cannot wait to see all of the great things she does while at UNLV.
Every year, KUNB Radio hosts the Rep Fest here at UNLV and puts one of the largest music shows featuring local talent from bands, singers, rappers, and more. Over 2 stages, the concert goes on every year in the spring to help bring awareness to the station and give students a great reason to hang out in the courtyard and student union. Here's some of this year's highlights of the Rep Fest. Speaking of music, after 6 years of silence, the Jonas Brothers surprised their fans with a reunion. Jennifer went around the campus to ask students on their opinion of the matter.
Jonas Brothers are back and better than ever, and here's what UNLV students had to say about it.
Yeah, it's cool to see how they broke up and now they're together, how they went to their own route. Nick Jonas went off and he became a star, And then Joe Jonas, he is in DNCE, and like that's cool how they got like improved skills, and now they're back together.
I don't really like listen to the Jonas Brothers. I think their new song is okay. It's not really my style or like my taste of music.
The producer at the TV station I work at like loves the Jonas Brothers, and she tells me every Saturday morning to play the Jonas Brothers because she loves them so much.
The American pop rock band was formed in 2005 and gained most of their popularity thanks to Disney Channel. They appeared in popular movies like Camp Rock and TV series like Hannah Montana. Their fame skyrocketed after their second album. Right before their original breakup, they had sold over 8 million albums worldwide. The band originally broke up due to one of the brothers wanting to try being a solo artist, and even though things worked out for all of them, they decided it was the right time to return free of Disney to try something new in the industry.
The Jonas Brothers are amazing, and I've loved them since I was like 7 years old.
I think it's really good, and they're gonna do, it's like a big like marketing stunt, and they're gonna make lots of money off of it because all these little girls that used to listen to them, i.e. me, when they were like 7, 8, and they would watch the Jonas Brothers on Disney Channel. They're all like fangirling, and especially now that they just came out with their new single, it like exploded. It was all over Twitter, made a ton of hits on YouTube. Some people are like, I don't really like their new sound, but it's kind of like nostalgic to like how we all grew.
There has been a lot of mixed feelings and emotions about their reunion. However, that is not going to stop their fame from burning up. Their tour dates will release soon, so be sure to buy those tickets as soon as possible. For Studio G, this has been Jennifer Meza.
We know those tickets are going to sell extremely fast when they go on concert, so make sure you get yours.
Stay tuned. We'll be back with the weather after this break.
Personally, I love KUV. It is my sanctuary for creativity. I'm given an opportunity to come in and use the resources that we have here to create the shows and the broadcasts that we do. It is my favorite creative space to be in.
I feel like the station gives students a platform to actually play music and actually a chance to get their hands in the radio industry without having to spend that money.
I like KUV. It's a community station. They opened up the doors to myself, also to other people who have a dream of being in radio or whatever the case may be.
Have that energy from a city coming back to you while you're on a live broadcast. There's nothing like that feeling.
They have producing workshops. I learned how to actually do play-by-plays for sports events. Kengo Vee has done a lot for me as a student.
If you want to do a talk show, a specialty show, music, it doesn't matter. There's a place for you to be able to come and give your voice to our community.
The weather has been up and down this week. Kaja Doris tells us more.
Hi everyone. So today it's a little bit cooler than yesterday. Right now it's about 68 degrees. The high today is going to be 76 degrees and the low is going to be 51. It's a little windier today, and that's like about 13 miles per hour. So like I said, today is really sunny. It was a little overcast this morning, but today is going to be about 76 as the high, 51 at the low. Friday is going to be 73, Saturday 74, and it's just going to be getting higher, 77 on Sunday, 81 on Monday, and it's going to be like in the low 50s at night. In the valley today, it's pretty like evenly spread. It's all in the 60s. Centennial and Summerlin in the low 60s. North Las Vegas is a little higher, 68. Right now around campus it's about 64 degrees. Same with Southern Highlands. And then the lower part of the valley is about 63 degrees. And this morning it was about 65. Like I said, it was a little overcast. The visibility was 10 miles per hour. The wind speed was about 8 miles per hour. It's going to be picking up a little bit today. And then the humidity was about 27%. Tonight it's going to be about 55 degrees. It's going to be a really clear night, about 14 miles per hour wind speed, and the gusts can get up about to 22 miles per hour. So it's going to be a little windy, but a pretty clear, nice night tonight. And we want to give you a little fact of the day today. So the fact of the day is that most people on the internet, their password is actually password. So if that is your password, you might want to go change it, because we all know it now. All right, that's it for the weather today. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Kaja. When we come back, we sit down with Dave Norris from KUNV 91.5. Don't go anywhere.
The number one thing I like about KUNV is it enables an individual to express their passion and grow and share that passion with others. It's a wonderful gift that's shared by KUNV with students and community members alike.
I love them because they gave me this opportunity, and I love the way they are representing the community and giving people from the community a chance to come in and, you know, do whatever they got to do with their music.
I love KUV, I love being here, and I love the people that I'm working with, and finally getting my chance to finally work in radio, which I've been wanting to do since I was a kid. So I'm very happy here. You'll really have the chance to grow and learn about radio from very good DJs and from management.
We are here, and you can be here too. KUNV is a great place to be.
So we're sitting here with Dave Norris. Thank you so much for joining us today.
My
How are
pleasure.
you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So tell us a little bit about your title here at KUNV. What do you do?
So I am the lead custodian here at KUNV. All right, I am the operations manager of the radio station. That means I kind of do a little bit of everything. I say custodian jokingly, only kind of half jokingly, because sometimes things break or need cleaning up, and that's my job. But one of the best parts of my job is getting to work with students just like yourself, training them about the intricacies of radio broadcasting. But we are gearing up for our spring fundraiser, which starts in a couple of weeks. So a lot of my attention has now shifted from RebFest, which you guys just talked about earlier in the show, to now we got to raise some money.
Okay, so this fundraiser that you're talking to me about is the pledge drive, right?
It is.
So tell us a little bit about it. What is it? How did it start? And when is it?
So there are a couple different ways that radio stations like KUNV can make some money. So one way is we can go out and we can solicit donations from businesses, because we're a non-commercial radio station, and a business can donate to the radio station and it's a tax write-off for them, and then we'll air some announcements. So it sounds similar to a commercial that you would hear on a commercial radio station, but there's some slight differences because we're non-commercial. So that's one way. Another way, we can apply for grants. So the federal government might give us a grant, maybe the state of Nevada would give us a grant, or even UNLV. So that's kind of the second leg of funding for us. And then the third leg, like three legs of a stool, would be from listener members. And these are people who listen to the radio station, that love listening to the radio station. They really feel a nice connection to it. And so we ask for their help, donate a little bit of money back to us so we can keep doing what we're doing. So it's like three legs to the stool. You can't only have two legs, you kind of need all three. Otherwise, you're going to fall flat on your face or on your butt. And yeah, so for us, we do it twice a year, once in the springtime and then once in the fall. And we raise about a third of our operating budget from this listener donor members who keep the radio station alive.
Wow, that's amazing. Like, you really do have three legs, and you receive 1/3 from them, as you just explained. So tell us a little bit about the items. Like, do you send items to them? Do they send them to you? Do they pick them up? How does it work?
Sure. So there are a couple different ways. So throughout the year, we'll have a variety of different ways that people can donate to the radio station. Some people, they're not looking for anything. They're just like, hey, we want to do a good thing for our community. KUNV, you serve the university, you serve the community, you train students. We're going to give you guys some money. We're not looking for anything. Other people, they're just like, yeah, we'd love something. So like right now, today, we've got a great opportunity for people who want to support the radio station. We have tickets for the Boulder City Beer Fest going on this weekend. And the deal is they give us some money. It's a donation to us. And as a thank you, we're going to give them these tickets to go to the Beer Fest. And it's like, hey, it's going to be a beautiful weekend. They can go out. If they enjoy drinking beer, it'll be a good time. If they don't enjoy drinking beer, they could just give us money and then we don't have to give them any tickets. But during the pledge drive, so what makes this a little bit different is we actively stop our regular programming. So we'll play a couple of songs, then we'll pause the programming, and we will do what we call an appeal or an ask. We'll go live on the microphone. We'll be talking to the listeners themselves, saying, hey, if you love the radio station, if you appreciate what we do, if you value what you're hearing here on KUNV, we ask for you to take a couple of minutes out of your day and make that donation. It's tax deductible. It supports the university. It supports the students. It supports the programming that you love. There are a couple of different ways that we can say thank you. Could be like
a KUNV polo shirt, much like the UNLV shirt that I'm wearing. It could be, you know, a public radio coffee mug. Every public radio station has a coffee mug. We're the same. We might send you a Bluetooth speaker. We might send you a CD in the mail. Could be a variety of different thank you gifts. But the big thing for our listeners is, here's a great way that you can give back to the station, which gives you something. And you know, this past pledge drive that we had in the fall, our goal was, we didn't have a monetary goal, we had a new member goal. And we were really looking for, over the week of the drive, we were really looking to raise 30 new members each day. And you're like, 30, that doesn't seem like a lot, especially considering what the audience is. But you have to remember, a lot of these people, they're used to listening to the radio for free. Like, you don't pay anything for it. So we're trying to educate these listeners as to why it's so important that if you like what you're listening to and if you believe in the station, you'll make a donation.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today and for explaining everything to us. And I'm sure that you're going to get a lot of donations, and hopefully you get even more members than that this year.
We're looking forward to it. Thank you.
And again, thank you so much for being here. And don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back. That was beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Took the championship. KUNV is a good family. It's fun. The shows that are on it are creative. You can come up with your own show. It's really eclectic and creative and interesting. That's what I like about it.
We are a platform that opens doors for everybody. We don't limit, from what I've seen so far, there's no limit to what we can't do here.
I love their open door policy. Everyone is there to help you out. If there's something that you don't quite understand or remember, you can come in and ask. They'll show you how to do what needs to be done to make your radio show smooth. So expand your mind, expand your knowledge base, and get involved. It's a lot of fun.
The zombie apocalypse is coming to campus for an emergency preparedness drill. This is all part of UNLV's way of getting people accustomed to using the Rebel Safe app. If you see something, say something. Zombies will be lurking around the student union, where you can learn more about what it means to be Rebel Safe. Take a photo with the zombie and post it with the emergency management Be Rebel Safe button by learning how to keep intruders off campus and spot zombies. You could win a $25 Amazon gift card, so keep a lookout for those zombies next Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And remember, if you see an actual unsafe situation, report it to the UNLV police via the Rebel Safe app.
Did you know that UNLV offers a free resource every week to help people manage their emotions effectively in a safe place? Every Tuesday from 3 to 4 p.m., the Student Wellness Center and the Recreation Center offers a workshop for just that. Next Tuesday, they are offering a Coping with Distress class inside the Health Education Room on the first floor. If you frequently feel overwhelmed by emotions, school, or the stressors of life, then this workshop is just for you. This is a free resource for students, and there is no registration required. Feel free to drop in and check it out.
Well, that's all the news we have for you today.
Thanks so much for watching Studio G, and we'll see you next week.
Super fun show.